Hi, everybody. It's Mark Rushton of markrushtongallery.com. It is Monday, June 12th, 2023. No painting tonight, but instead I'm going to be organizing art for storage at the Mark Rushton Gallery. I'm organizing my art. What a mess. I've got just a mess around here. So I'm going to organize it live. I'm just going to turn the camera on and, get going with it. What do I like to organize my art in? Well, I've been working for the last year or so, rather small. I would consider this to be works on paper, mostly works on paper. And typically for an 8x10 frame, it's what I like to use for storing them are these Itoya Pro Folios. And you can buy these at Michael's and Blick, and they're sold in all the art stores, and they're good. But the thing is, you want to make sure you get the most pieces in there. So this one here will hold 90, but they have some of these Pro Folios that hold, like 15 or 30 or something like that. And because I'm working all the time, I need 90. I need 90 going on here. So this is kind of how I've been storing everything in the last year or so. I did a lot of these landscape style. Now, I put them in here like this, and I need to put Tyvek tape on them. But I've ordered some Tyvek tape today because I'm about running out. But, once you go and you put it in a mat, and then you put it in a plastic sleeve, then it's ready to go, right? It's ready to go. That's why it's on my website. In the link below, it talks about, under $100, book painting, under $100 works on paper, because the price on these for the originals it's going to start out under $100. And typically I have sales. Now, if you want it framed, that's going to be extra because frames cost money. So I've got a lot of these pieces in here. Some of these are on synthetic paper. Some of these are on watercolor paper. And I believe all of these are in the Mark Rushton Gallery. But what I did was I separated book paintings from the synthetic paper paintings. Oh, that's so good. That airy focus camera. Whatever. Too much plastic, right? And so what I want to be able to do is, oh my gosh, look at that craziness. Some of these are in the gallery. Some of these may not be in the gallery. I don't know. That's in the gallery. Nothing can stop us. All right. Let me go up to the first book painting here, and I'll get going. I just like to ramble a little bit and show off my wares. I believe this was one of the first book paintings here. So what I'm going to do, I think I have about 50 of these. And get that camera focused on there. Camera's got a mind of its own. So I worked on these from, I guess it was November or December of 2022, over the course of several months. There was a book at my former employer. I was on the way out the door, picked it up, and it was kind of not in good shape. It was going to be thrown away. No one was ever going to pick it out to read it or have it in their library. So I decided to turn it into works of art. And now comes the time to put them away in the iToya portfolios. So do I want this one to be the first one? No, I want this one to be the first one. This one here. I'm going to get these out of these sleeves. That is so, what is that one called? Minimize. Man, I love that one. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Minimize. That'll be the first one in here. And then I guess we'll put scattered eye. See, I only got 50 of these. So if someone were to buy them, I know which portfolio they're in. So it's not that bad. So scatter diagram here. Wait, what would I do that for? That doesn't need the mat. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold these up here. You can kind of take a look at them. Get an idea of them. Then I'm going to put them away in the portfolio here. Just kind of a grind here. Oh yeah, I got all these pre-cut mats because I had that show here. So this is notation described, the abstract landscape, acrylic ink and acrylic paint on book paper. This stuff out of here. But again, once you mat it, looks pretty cool. But just trying to get better organized, trying to get better organized with all this because what do we got here? What's this one called? Pink Sunset. Pink Sunset. Look at that. The sky kind of looks like the Big Dipper. Made me think of the Big Dipper. It's like the big jack in the sky, right? Or what is that? What is that? I don't know. It's kind of like the Big Dipper, right? The pink sunset. That's neat. So I've been working on this sort of stuff, but not painting, trying to slow down my painting because I have way too much stuff to process. Okay, what do we got here? Ultrametric tree of organizational structure. I really give these just crazy names, but hey, it's right there. Right there. Love that sort of horizon there. That's pretty cool. I know I probably should pick like famous books, but then somebody'd be mad at me and I'd get sued and everything like that. So I'm just doing it this way. All right. To hear me talk. I wish this was a little bit higher up and I could get a better view of the table here. This one is dissimilarities. Dissimilarities. There it says right there. Again, this is another kind of a nightscape sort of thing. Night field. Pretty neat, huh? Yeah. Which just goes to prove you can paint on any surface. You don't need a big fancy canvas. You don't need the 300-pound watercolor paper. We compute. You don't even need that much paint or ink or anything like that. It's just, make it kind of a interesting sort of landscapey thing. That's what I do. Let's see if we got anything over here. No, okay. And I got to go through the rest of this. That's that. Okay, here we go. This is nice. And this one is path length distances. Again, a kind of another field nightscape with words and whatever those things are. Advanced mathematical diagrams. That's kind of cool. Path length distances. Storm in the container here. All right, let's see. These are not book paintings, so they're going to go over here to the side. I got anything else? We're back into the portfolio here. Okay. Start digging them out. Okay. This one's called Equations. That's pretty abstract. Again, it was winter when I was doing these, so I'm always informed by the season. So there's it's almost like kind of a blizzard. Get these crazy equations down here in the different colors. And yeah, some of this paper was a little fragile. I had to be really careful. Some of my kind of dug through, and then I always mount it with Tyvek tape to like a cardstock. And that way it gives it a little bit more rigidity. Next one here. Bibliography. Bibliography. Kind of cool. I wish that was like the size of like one of those giant paintings in the gallery. If that was like like 5 feet tall by 2 or 3 feet wide. That'd be cool. That'd look great. That'd scale up. People dig it. All the big words. I know it's been done, but I'd still like to do something like that someday. Maybe. All right, next one. Fields of Words. Fields of Words. Yeah. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh wow. Definitely informed by the seasons here. December Wonderland. Those have got it's got the words down there. This is largely covered up here on top. Violet or purple. The abstract landscape motif. It's not the love. How many of these have I got? A lot. Long show. Winter bibliography. Winter bibliography. Because it has this gigantic bibliography down here. And it's sort of a winter. It's like a winter scene. I'm Mr. Seasonal. Winter shelf. Winter shelf. Get that hint of orange there, like there's a town glowing in the distance, right? And there you are going down the highway, right? Yeah. Wall of distortion. That's pretty far out there. Wall of distortion. Do you expect to sell any of these paintings, Rushton? Well, who knows, right? I'm building a body of work. And Blizzard Symphony. Blizzard Symphony. That's a good title. You got to build a body of work. Experiment around with stuff. Nothing's born of whole cloth. Send read me index from MDS. It's kind of I kind of let that come through there. And of course, that's my favorite orange flame, that ink. It just kind of hints out there. Kind of neat. Yeah, I'm building a body of work. I made at least, what I make, 50 book paintings? I made 50 book paintings. And is that I don't think that's hold on here. Let's take a look at this one here. This might be a book painting. About that. Nope, that's not a book painting. It's a work on paper, but not a book. These are all on conclusions. That's definitely a book painting. Whoa, careful. Conclusions. Yeah, like a big version of this in a gallery, in a museum. The word conclusions over there. What does it all mean? It means it's over. What is this here? Is this book? Yeah, this is a book painting. This is very heavily covered over. Sunny Gardens. That's kind of crazy. Put that in there. And those are not book paintings. That is not. Here's one. Tables and functions. It was an advanced mathematics book. It's got that, hint of horizon there. And I got real inventive with the titling on this one. Various numbers. Yeah. Various numbers. Something to take out of here. Older works. All right. Get those off to the side. Snowy lines. Hey, we got a comment here. First time viewer. Just wanted to say good work and interesting idea with the whole book. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I thought I was a little nuts doing this, but it was good therapy for me. It really was. Doing, because I didn't plan to branch out and do something different from my typical work. I typically work in like a more spun bonded olefin. It's a synthetic paper, and you get kind of that effect there. So me with the book paintings was just kind of branching out and attempting my style. This one's called For the Moment. Attempting my style and then trying to get some of the words to flow through. And then just working on book paper. Man, that stuff. I mean, this book was like 50 years old, and it had been sitting. It was just analysis of variance. Just something fun to hang on the wall. That little space, off the kitchen or that little nook. I got them all over the place. What do we got here? Oh yeah, this one. Sampling distortion. I made two that were kind of like this here. And because they both have this same sort of graphic on here. And again, it was winter. So you had like the winter theme up here and then sort of a field theme down here. Kind of neat. These should be on the same page. So I'm going to do it like this here. And then the next one is bivariate normal distribution. Again, it's like a companion. You can put the two together. I should have like a sale, we'll put the two together there. How would that look on the wall, right? All right. Here's another one. These formulas. What just the... I'm not that good with titling, but these formulas. Bunch of formulas in there. In a landscape painting. This is weird. My thing. And here's one this one's crazy. So this was a little extreme. And I don't know how I feel about it. Degrees of freedom. This is more like a distant landscape out in the country. So the fields are sometimes a little bit different color. And then I've got this crazy Rothko effect cloud going on up here. And then stuff. And I liked it enough that, I was going to put it in the gallery. It's good to stretch out, try different things. Get all this stuff out of here. One of the sleeves came out here. Bear with me. Here's another one. Apparent contradiction. Apparent contradiction. Just working that vein. Book paintings. Variance, covariance, matrix. So this was kind of when I started I named it the Rothko effect. So you kind of get like this, how Mark Rothko paintings, they've got like it's got the rectangles and everything like that. So I decided to make it the sky sort of not like a floating, it's just a variation of that. So I call it the Rothko effect. The floating. Here's another one in sort of that vein. So it's called left unspecified. It looks like that tornado is going to kind of pop right out of the sky, right? Yeah, that's the Tornado Chasers painting right there, right? It's coming, it's gonna happen. We're gonna have a what do we got here? Perceived similarity of risks. My internet's getting bad here. Hold on. What's going on here? Oh, it's back. Okay, good. Love this one. Discussion and conclusions. The overall thing here has, again, the Rothko effect. And then it's tamed a little bit with that pre-cut matte. And this is when I was loving on the pink in the landscape. Pretty cool. Sometimes of the year around here, and I'm in Iowa, there's a little bit of pink in the landscape. Kind of neat. Oh, this one. This is great. This is great. Summed number of nominations. And that one is just, that's crazy. Just because the page, you've got this, rows in the columns, and then down here you have all these definitions. And then there is this sort of a kind of a pretty landscape out in the fields. Oh man, come on, get in there. How many more we got? I have no idea. Foggy morning in the field. I made videos for all these paintings too. They're all on YouTube. Foggy morning in the field. Again, Rothko effect. Then you put the pre-cut mat on and you get a matted version of the Rothko effect. Pretty neat. Oh, this next one. I think we're getting into spring here. True tree structure. That's great. Everybody should love that one, right? That's, you got the pink going on, and then the down here, it's almost, well, not quite the Renoir effect. Renoir. But definitely in spirit, I think. True tree structure. It's fun to go through these, and I haven't, once you make them and scan them and everything like that and get them into the gallery, then it's just like you don't want to see them for a while. Then when you see them again, it's like, it's multiple proximity matrices. And then you're like, I like that work. That's pretty good. A little buckling here on the side with the book paper, but that's just because it got wet. I love that one. Like here you go. So you get these two here. Love them both. They're different, but I love them both. This was kind of an experiment. Early mud. Very, very dark. Ooh, decomposition of an just drop it on the other side of the where'd it go? Oh no, I gotta go walk around the desk here. This is great. This one's great. Be right back. Here we go. Look at that. I'll bring that up here to the camera. Decomposition of an additive tree. That's pretty sweet. That's a synthetic paper. Yeah, then I did like a series of synthetic paper paintings. And are we? Nope, there's a few more here. The contrast model. Let's take a look at that there. I don't remember how I get this interesting effect down here on the bottom. It looks like a pool, a pond, or a tide pool, or something like that. Again, in the evening, like an evening scene, I guess. I don't know. Kind of neat. Going through my book paintings here, separating them out from the other works on paper, showing them off, and putting them in a new portfolio. This one's called A Less Restrictive Model. Again, this was my little pink phase here. Pink in the horizon. Get the words. Representing distances here. Coming out. We're getting into spring because things are getting a little more light and pretty, I think. Feature interpretation of additive trees. Hold on here. This was acrylic ink, and then I used a lot of acrylic paint in here for that achieving that horizon line. Preference rankings. So preference rankings. Again, just playing with the landscape. It had a graph up here, a graphic of data, and then had words down here. So it seemed like a natural change for that landscape motif. Just a few more. Thanks for hanging out. Tree models of similarity and association. I think that was the name of the book by James Corder, Teachers College, Columbia University. I used the whole book. I'm the Philip Armour of art. Pink vapor. You got some pink vapor going on there. Man, oh man, get in there. How many more? Just a few. Off the lake. We're definitely into spring now. That's the green grass of the field there, yeah? Off the lake. We are near the end. Pink fog. Coming out. Pink fog. Try to find more books to tear apart. I think this is one of the last ones. I'll go through it here real quick. USA booklet. Again, I used every part of the book that I could, because it's got that little symbol there, and it's got the ISBN. Copyright 1971. That's neat. Hold on here. All right. Let's see if we get anything else here in the manual. I'll probably do this one tomorrow night. I'll probably go and no, these are all works on paper or works on synthetic paper, and I'll leave this for tomorrow night. I'm not going to overdo it. I'm 35 minutes into this already. I do love these. Okay, real quick. These are the book paintings. These are the book paintings. And so anyway, there's a link in the description of the video, out to my gallery, markrushtongallery.com. I have the book paintings in an entirely separate section. They all started under $100, not including framing, but they do include matting and the plastic. And so anyway, markrushtongallery.com. It's where my book paintings are. I think I have at least 50 out there. Just, super neat things. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. Talk to you tomorrow.